The rich and poor divide in Albion will continue to increase. The average player is becoming obsolete. I'm warning you. It's not enough to be an average player. You need to get premium. It's absolutely easier said than done. To get premium means to have premium active, which means even as premium increases, it becomes harder to get. That doesn't mean it's not true. I'm not here to give everyone comfortable, happy lies, because that's what Reddit does. They sit and say, don't worry, just go to the black zone, just join a guild and work hard, don't worry, just craft, don't worry, just card swipe, don't worry, just make an alt, don't worry, keep dying in the black zone, don't worry, it's safe, don't worry, just listen to Twitch streamers, don't worry, just wait for the patch. When you're months in, you might be at max spec, don't worry, you can buy a mammoth by getting lucky drop one day, you don't talk out of line, or else you'll lose your guild, be quiet, be good, you have taxes to pay, or else you lose your house, your premium, your account, your crafting stations, your stash tabs. No, that's a lie, that's all garbage, and I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat lies. Premium increase is going to make the average player obsolete. That is a fact. It's going to become harder and harder for anyone to make any progress in the game. That is a fact. It's hard for most people to do, true. Once you become a useless consumer, you'll soon learn, just like in Albion's history, it'll end the same way for those types of players. I see bots as dangerous because it's in the hands of RMT sellers. What do they always want more of? Silver. Now they're going to get more silver and use it, and it's going to get to the point where you can't go out of town without getting scanned by some scout bot with a loot bag stamped on your forehead, and if you've ever talked crap on Discord, you're going to pay the price for it. Not going to be able to ride where you want, farm where you want, grind where you want, because you're going to have no freedom, and you're going to own nothing, and you won't be happy, and you won't be able to resist. If there is a fight somewhere in the black zone, you'll be blocked from entering due to cluster queue, and once all of this happens, it'll be over for everybody. Soon, the Janies will be turning up on your island. You can barely reason with them in chat. Janies have lost their minds to the point where they're going to blindly comply with bad policies and mute the crap out of old ladies. We don't talk about that anymore, ever, by the way. Every time I see a Janie, I ask them, weren't you muting people for calling people a hot dog 2 years ago? And they just kind of laugh it off and say, yeah, I guess, oops. It's just funny now. There was some you could kind of talk to and say, bro, it's just a preschool insult. Stop muting them for their own safety. Wait till they're all silver sellers. Then they'll just get the order. Bend the knee or get your account banned. It's coming for everybody, and the only chance you have to escape is having premium. Premium silver making and fame farming. If you're the average person sitting here saying, my game's gonna be fine, you're in for a very rude awakening. The average player in 2019 could go farm Yellow Zone solo dungeons and come home to a big guild hall with a Discord kitten and 2 mammoths in the driveway from farming a Yellow Zone. Now we have both a man and a woman both grinding full-time in the mists with maximum spec, can't even pay for premium or have laborers. The average player's character is going off a cliff. The trend is clear. I'm not crazy for pointing it out. So if anyone wants to sit here and disagree with me, that's cope. They're just being a moa bird and hiding their head in the sand and praying for a better patch. That's their decision. It's going to be very difficult to get premium, which means you don't have time to sit around worrying about the zone being overcrowded. Isn't it amazing how everything comes full circle? Players don't have time to sit around crying about how slow the grind is and dealing with their repairs and being broke and being poor because they did all this garbage Reddit told them, and the reason Reddit tells them to do these things is so they get funneled into the guilds for the life I just laid out before. Instead, you have to wake up and say, this is almost impossible, but I'm gonna do it. And you have to get it done. From lumberjack to billionaire to banned to billionaire, maybe back to banned. If you're a player with any level of being based, then you've been witnessing what's been happening with the game. I struggle to sleep at night. Like, what's happening is crazy, and I'm struggling to sleep. I'm an individual with 50 million silver who can hide and disappear. If I was Joe Schmo, I'd be scared. You're out here, they're lying to you about the premium inflation, you're not getting silver, people are not panicking, they lack perspicacity, they're not paying attention to anything, waiting for the steamroller. You think in 10 years from now the game's gonna be better? You're out of your mind? You need to prepare for this. The whole idea of prepping in the old traditional sense is buying a bunch of skins and hiding in a guild hideout in the roads of Avalon. That ain't gonna work either. You need a network of bros, a secret stream sniper society, you need silver, and a game to bounce to. That's what I need, that's what you need, that's what I have. I don't even know Joe Schmo even functions in this game nowadays. I'd be furious. You tell me premium shot up 7 million silver, I'd say that's a lie. You're laying down in the middle of Bridgewatch's bank, you don't have a personal island. Point of view 2025, I should have listened to Swole Benji. You genuinely have no excuse for being poor in the modern Albion online game. I will show you the daily routine of a billionaire for completely free on my YouTube channel. Being poor in Albion, they're poor because they'll see Reddit posts and think that I'm a demon or that my advice is fake and false and wrong, and they will scroll through and they'll do nothing anyway. And I want you guys to know something about this game because you've probably never reached the highest possible echelons. You're still dreaming of getting an Avalonian Basilisk or 10 Mammoths, or getting a hot Discord kitten for the first time. We've done it all. Nothing makes you happy like having purpose, and nothing makes you feel happy like ganking yellow zones. And when you look into the reflection of your monitor knowing that you have higher spec and more silver than everyone else. It doesn't matter how much silver you make as an anonymous. Doesn't matter how well you avoid gankers. You're a coward in your heart, and Robin Hinkies will not allow you to feel happiness until you max out that spec and get your silver up. There is a version of you in the game which is rich, a version of you that is powerful, a version of you that is maximum spec, a version of you that is capable and charismatic and funny and interesting, with swole arms and a long claymore. You're not him yet, but you need to make a plan to become that person. That person exists, you have to make it come true. I remember 2 years ago when I bought a 20 million silver basilisk and it was a big deal. Now I own 75 million silver worth of mounts in the middle of a global gold freeze Reddit attack, and I don't even give a crap. I own the largest online Albion following in the world. It's amazing. I can't go out anymore. I can't have fun. Redditors have enslaved the Albion player base. Everyone around me feels it too. Haven't you noticed how the energy of the game has shifted in the last year? I made it because I cared. Only dweebs are happy with anything less than everything. If you care, you can fix it by becoming a Swole Benji channel member and get access to private, more personal videos, which are way, way better for making silver, fame farming. They are too good to share with the public. If they were shared with the public, it would destroy the economy and ruin the markets. Are you broke wanting 8.3, 8.4 gear, and you look at your silver and you're just like, man, I don't have enough, and you know what, I'm going to go gather, I'm going to go start tomorrow. Just start it now! Stop waiting! How many more I'll get started tomorrow days do you need? I'm not scared of being banned. I'm scared of living under the rule of Redditors and Twitch streamers. I will fight to the bitter end. Listen, lads, cost is the enemy of the poor player, so the poor players try to save silver. Time is the enemy of the rich player, so the rich try to save time. Do you understand now why I use a satchel and auto-respec? I tell players to get rich and to max out their specs in the easiest, most efficient, fastest way possible. And some Redditors, they'll say, well, we should join a guild. Imagine being so stupid and so lazy that you believe joining a guild is easier than just grinding and getting rich and maxing out your specs in the current system. Like, genuinely, how lazy are you Redditors? Not everyone can get rich, but you can? You don't call to join a guild because you're brave. You call to join a guild because it gives you an excuse to do nothing. A guild requires other people, and when those people don't act, then you cannot act also with them with a calm mind. Well, nobody else is helping me, so I'm just going to do nothing. So go start a guild by yourself if you're serious. Did I? You won't believe? You won't because you're lazy, because you're weak, and the best you can hope for is accepting the current game and winning at it. It's all on you. It's you. If you fail, you are the one that's screwed. No one's coming to save your character. No one cares. Nobody's gonna make a guild to save you. They're just not. You know, the game isn't really complicated. You're broke, you're rich, it doesn't matter. The routine, the grind is the same. Endless grinding and problems to solve. The routine of Chads. The early Albion days, peak gameplay. The player's spirit was still alive. You slash danced and you didn't care. You observed the game through your PC instead of on your iPhone. You know, there was no corrupted dungeons, solo yellow zone. There was solo dungeons. There was IP cap, so people had to go to the black zone. Full loot PvP infection warfare. We are never beating it. We can't get it back. Every day it's slowly more over. With the direction the game is headed, if you lose the new players, you lose the future. The player who stands his ground, the player who stands behind what he says, the player who does everything in his power to help the new players and open their eyes, the player who does everything in his power to feed the new players and offer wisdom to the ignorant. I fight against the evil in this game, and without a strong backing, without a country, a guild standing behind me, without SBI's backing, without an army, I am a one-man army. And you got to put complete trust in this faith here. Everything I do wouldn't need to do it if it weren't for y'all. Everything I do wouldn't do it if it wasn't out of love. Every single one of you who constantly judges me or directs your hatred towards me, take a deep look within yourselves. Open your eyes and ears, every single one who listens to this. Be thankful that you have Swole Benji. Be thankful that you get to experience such a moment, that you get to feel such strength. Everything that you hear and see and read, it's not a movie, it's real, and that you have a real hero in this game. Try to be there for everyone. I try to speak up for the oppressed. Nevertheless, you can only rely on yourself. Very few gamers have ever played an esport at a professional world-class level. Very few have ever stood with themselves against insurmountable odds and won. You do not know the magic. It's like describing the color red to a blind person, but I will try. Imagine every day you want to be lazy, but you're surrounded by hard work. Every time you open the game, you feel deep shame for missing out the grind. Deep regret for, logging in later than normal. That every second of your life, you were reminded that you could be doing more. Witnessing other players every day working so hard that their lives have completely changed in less than 3 months. You do not know what it's like to have an expert on speed dial for any issue you ever have. You do not know what it's like to join a Discord server and have a full network of connections who are prepared to help you with anything you need. You've never felt the cheat codes that are the backbones of every great player's story. You cannot compete on the world stage alone. You've wasted too much time daily. You spend too much of your discipline resisting the fog of laziness that hangs over your head. You are playing a game, which is your life, which you've never experienced before, without any guidance, guide videos, help, or even true allies. You're a beginner in a game. You don't know any successful players who have mastered it, and if you do, they barely care if you lived or died. Swole Benji had his chads and his gamers. You're a man trying to become world champion at Albion without a bros, without lads. You practice at home using YouTube videos to guide you. Name a single world champion who ever did it that way. You will never become anything by yourself. You need a brotherhood, you need a team, and you need the best, most proven ones. You need the Swole Benji Discord, link in the description. Click the link now, join the Discord, pass the questionnaire, become a Chad gamer. That's the video. Thank you so much for watching. Mwah. Leave a like, leave a comment, click the video on the right side of the screen, and if you don't, then you're going to drop your donuts.